All that has been said over the last few days are only pointers. They are just words which point to a way of being. And these are ancient teachings. Nothing new has been said. They come from a distant time and space for the benefit of humanity. And this is what has been going on for centuries. So it is nothing new. Only the messengers change. The message is the same. When the postman comes home to deliver a letter, you read the contents of the letter and that is what impacts you. That is the teaching. The postman's role is just to deliver it to you. So if a teaching impacts you, gratitude arises to the postman for delivering the letter. But that is all he has done. It is the teaching that has impacted you. And with this teaching, there are no rules. If one's nature is that one wants to remind oneself again and again about certain words, certain aspects of the teaching, because one absorbs it best that way, that needs to be honored. If someone else's nature is not that, but just going with the flow of life and seeing if a situation comes up and the teaching shines light on it, that has to be allowed. There is no prescribed procedure or format of following a teaching, because everyone is designed differently. And what is meant to happen for that individual will happen according to the grand design of God's will. Even the effort to try to live the teaching is not your effort, it is happening. And for some, that might be appropriate. For others, life's experiences keep coming up where they start seeing things through the prism of the teaching. None is better than the other. There are no grades here. The end result is the same, which is peace of mind. There is no question of failure here. My guru's most famous sentence was, consciousness is all there is, which is itself a Mahavakya of the Vedas. What happens is, this realization starts seeping into daily living. Nothing is rejected because everything is a movement in consciousness. And then this becomes living the teaching. Accepting people the way they are, accepting yourself the way you are, accepting situations that come your way the way they are, and then doing what is within one's abilities and power to do, and leaving the results to God. This becomes the simple way of operating in life. And then it is seen that if all there is consciousness, while in the waking state it may appear that things are separate from us, people are separate from us. When our eyes are open, especially, we see this separation. The understanding comes in that even though it appears that way, whatever arises is arising within our own consciousness. It is not outside our consciousness. It is because we are conscious that whatever appears, whether it is a person, whether it is a situation, whether it is an event, it is an appearance within our own consciousness. Because if we were not conscious, it would not appear. If we were dead, it would not appear. If we were in deep sleep, it would not appear. So, as such, nothing is truly separate from us, though it appears that way. It appears that it is separate from us, but underlying this is the intuitive knowing that nothing is really separate from us, because it is all an appearance. That is the play of consciousness that has taken different forms, whether it is objects, whether it is people, and whether it is situations in our lives. This becomes the prism through which one starts viewing life. And then one starts resting in that consciousness more and more. As Maharaj said, that we have been using consciousness all the time to do things, to run about, to have activities. But one must also be established as consciousness. That is true meditation. which means being established in one's being. Which means that the thinking mind, which is running into the dead past or an imaginary future, is now still. The stillness of the thinking mind means abiding in being. So it is the teaching and the understanding that comes from this teaching that leads to the stillness of the thinking mind. Therefore, no effort has to be made to abide in one's being. When the thinking mind quietens down, one is abiding in one's being. So this is really the summary of what has happened in over the last 3 days. It cannot leave you now. It is married to you. It's a divine marriage. This is one relationship which will not run away. Because it points to your relationship with yourself. The most important of all relationships. So that is all I have to say, or rather what is coming up this morning. You all are welcome to the Sunday talks at home which happen once a month. And I know I will see some of you all there for sure. Others, I don't know, but it's an open house. As Ramesh would say at his satsangs, nobody is invited, but everybody is welcome.
I like that line so much. Because it has helped me in my profession. When I left the job and started this was also 13 years ago. I wanted it to happen that way, without telling anybody that I was started. But people came, and the way I wanted.
It's that hard. Say nobody is invited, everybody is welcome.
Gratitude to the three wise men, as I call them, Siddharameshwar Maharaj, Nisargadatta Maharaj, and Ramesh Valsekar, who have shown so many the way to peace of mind. As Maharaj would say, the Guru is consciousness. Teachers teach out of compassion because they have the best interests of people. Because they have gone through the same trials and tribulations of life. As Maharaj said, in my world the only law is love. I do not ask for it, but I constantly give it because that is my nature. Not a dualistic love between the me and the you, between the me and the other, but consciousness in love with consciousness. The non-dual love. Where the form of the body is absolutely rendered irrelevant.